Welcome back, True Seeker. August 31st, 2018. It is the anniversary of the death of Princess Diana, who died 21 years ago today. And if you have not read my book, Letters and Numbers, you definitely want to pick that up. I cover her death in great detail and how it was a numerological ritual, which is true for many celebrities who've died prematurely in this world. And just to give you a little bit of the information, what happened the day of her death, it had everything to do with Queen Elizabeth. It also had everything to do with her divorce, but we'll start with Queen Elizabeth. Her birthday was April 21st that year. She turned 71 years old in 1997. And from her birthday to Queen Elizabeth's death on August 31st was 132 days later. Now, there's this song out there, Gematria, the killing name. There's also another song called Murder by Numbers, where it's as simple to kill people as A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And if you write out the name Princess Diana using the alphabetic order, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26, Princess Diana sums to 132. If you flip the alphabetic order around and make Z 1 and count back to A is 26, England is 132. So, major story out of England, the death of Princess Diana, exactly 132 days after the Queen's birthday. Now, as for Princess Diana, her birthday was July 1st that year, 7-1. The Queen was 71 years old. From her birthday to her date of death was her 62nd day of her age. And using the alphabetic order, Queen equals 62. We just talked about how Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, died on a date with 62 numerology, which was also Madonna's birthday, the Queen of Pop, and she died in Motown 62 when you flip the alphabetic order around. She also died on the anniversary of the death of Elvis the King. King has Gematria 41. She died 41 years after Elvis. Everything about Aretha's death, one of these numerological rituals, the exact same as Princess Diana's. And with regards to the Queen in 62, just look at the facts. She was born February 6th, a date which can be written 2/6 or 6/2. And just to come back here to Queen for a moment, with the alphabetic order, Queen equals 62. With the rules of numerology, Queen equals 26. And the difference between the dark green cipher and the blue cipher, which are the two most basic ciphers, is numerology again. Q's the 17th letter. With the green cipher, Q is 17. The numerology of 17 is 8. 1 plus 7 is 8. Use the 21st letter. The numerology of 21 is 2 plus 1 is 3. You just make each letter a single digit number. Add. Queen, 26, 62. The date Aretha died, date with 26 and 62 numerology. Queen Elizabeth, born in 1926. Her reign began February 6th, 2/6 or 6/2. Her coronation was June 2nd, 2/6 or 6/2. Princess Diana dies on her 62nd day of her age, perfectly synced up with Queen Elizabeth's birthday. And there's a whole lot more here. Where she died, the name of the tunnel, using the alphabetic order, has Gematria of 113. This is a number that's coded in mainstream deception all the time. With regards to the tunnel with the alphabetic order equaling 113, the word princess, when you flip the alphabetic order around, also 113. Further, the word divorce equals 113. Words that have to do with dishonesty sum to 113, and this is something I cover in great detail in my book. Also, the name of the tunnel where she crashed, Gematria of 113. You know? They said her divorce had to do with infidelity, which is another 113 word. Again, things that have to do with dishonesty, there's a long list that's 113. So, those being some of the key details, and just for a moment to put the letters and numbers aside, think about dying in a tunnel. That's a good place to cover up what's really going on. Only so many people could be in there and actually see. You're in this covered area. Perfect place to have a conspiracy, this word that so many people are scared of. But what turns conspiracy theory into conspiracy fact is understanding this knowledge. Take, for example, recent big story in the UK, the Brexit vote, which was all by the numbers. I want you to notice that with the alphabetic order, the word parliament is 109. If you measure the day of Brexit to David Cameron's birthday, which happens to be October 9th, 10/9 like 109, his birthday was 109 days later, and not arbitrarily. Remember, David Cameron ended up resigning out of Brexit. This code of letters and numbers is the language of the elite. That term, the cabal, comes from Kabbalah, which has the core belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number. Everything that is done in the mainstream, from elections to propaganda, such as false flag terrorism, to even the suspicious deaths of celebrities, it's all executed by this code. And again, pick up my book. I cover all of this in very thorough detail. It is 773 pages long, and it's priced at $5, not because it's some cheap, worthless read, but because I want everyone to be able to afford it and have no excuse not to buy it. A lot of people are willing to pay more. That's why in my link, I leave a donation if you think you want to pay more for the book. But I just want people to be able to pick it up. I know everyone in this world can afford $5. It's an ebook. It's an instant download. It's not out in paper and hardback form. But again, I can't find a publisher who's willing to publish it because I've put out too much information. My book is too dangerous. Absolutely. And for one last point with regards to Queen Elizabeth being 71 years old and Princess Diana's birthday being July 4th, notice the word royal is 71. This was a tragedy in the royal family. And, just for one more, death is 97. Her death came in 97. The only survivor from the accident was the bodyguard, Gematria of 97. At least so we're told. There is a whole lot more to it. It's covered very thoroughly in my book. Again, in the description of every video I make, the link for the book. You can also get the book by becoming a member of my Patreon. I'm going to end up putting the majority of my content on my Patreon moving ahead. I've tried this thing out on YouTube several times. I've been deleted several times. I had a popular channel until June of 2017 when I was taken off. I've been deleted about 20 times since then. So I have to find a platform where my work will last. I keep posting videos on here. I'm going to get my head chopped off again, if you know what I mean. So learn the code, learn Gematria for you people out there in London. Just using the alphabetic order right here. London 74, Gematria 74, English 74, Masonic 74. Modern Masonry began in London in 1717 and not arbitrarily. Mason is 17. This code is important to Masonry and Jewish Kabbalists. Jewish 74. It's an occult code 74. There's a longer list to this, but again, learn the code, see what's really going on in this world. Until next time, Truth Seeker.